everybody, Jeff here from the Helmet Center, helmetcenter.com. Today we're going to take a look at the Shoei X-12. Now, the Shoei X-12 is a brand new model from Shoei for 2010. It is the replacement for the Shoei X-11, which I've owned for about the last 5 years, and I really am impressed by that helmet. So, the X-12 has a large shoes to fill, let's put it that way. In the review here today, we're going to go over the basics, the fit, the shape, how well this thing vents, the safety features of it. I'm going to kind of give you a quick overview. Probably not going to cover everything. This helmet has a lot going on with it. So I'm going to do my best to kind of touch on the major points. If you have further questions, give us a call here at the store. We'd be more than happy to answer anything that we happen to not cover in this video today. So, with that being said, it is a brand new model, 2010. It is DOT certified, as you would expect, as well as Snell 2010 certified. Now, I'm going to hit it right out of the gate here. One of the downsides to being a Snell 2010, keep that latest and greatest in safety standards here in the US, is the helmets have gotten a little bit heavier, a little bit bigger in terms of looks. Now, are people going to look at you and think, you look like a Martian? No, they're probably not going to think that. But if you were to take an X-12 and take an X-11, put them on the shelf side by side, and you look carefully, you might notice the X-12 is marginally larger. You got to look hard though, but kind of this is my job, this is what I do, I can kind of see it. Okay, don't worry about it too much. Anybody who wants to stay Snell is going to have the exact same thing. So it's not like Shoei said, we want to make our helmet bigger and heavier. It's just keeping up with the times and the safety standards. That's what it entailed. Okay, how does the helmet fit? Pretty much true to size in terms of dimensions. Measure your head out. I happen to measure it at 57 centimeters. Pretty much like you would expect. The medium works great for my head. Shape. If you're familiar with an X-11, the X-11 was kind of a narrow side-to-side measurement, but a little bit more of a distance from the forehead to the rear of your skull, more elongated, much like an Arai Signet GTR, if you remember those, or the Profile, which is the current model from Arai. It looks like and feels like the X-12 is a little less oval than it had been in the past. Actually works better for most people. It's a little more of a moderate in the overall shape. So if the X-11 was a little too much room in the forehead for you in the past, you might do a little bit better here with an X-12. Okay, liner, everything fully removable, the basics there. You're going to kind of expect that at a helmet that retails almost $800 in a graphic. You're going to get that. Sizes are going to range everywhere from extra small up to double extra large. There is no triple X here on the X-12. Okay, one of the things that probably I say has impressed me the most here with the, I'll say not the most, but I mean it's something that you definitely got to think about when you're buying safety equipment. Let's face it, most people buy a helmet based on the price, what their buddies say of how good it is, the color in many cases, what does it look like, does it match my bike? But people tend to forget about the safety aspect of the helmet, and that's really what you're buying here, is you're buying safety. Let's say you crash, okay, you're on the side of the road, paramedics are working on you, they got to get that helmet off your head, they don't want to do any further damage to you. It's hard to take a properly fitted helmet off your head, especially if you're not given any assistance in that manner. What Shoei has done, on the very bottom of the helmet, you're going to notice tabs on either side. They say the word pull. There's a little note here, emergency use only, pull red tab and remove cheek pads. You can pull these tabs, the cheek pads will fall out of the helmet, making it very easy for emergency medical people to get this thing off your head without causing any damage or any further damage you may have already received due to your accident. And I don't like to make it all sad and talking about accidents, but they do happen. That's why you're wearing safety equipment. Shoei has thought about that. They're going to give you an easy way to get this thing off your head. Okay, on to lighter subjects. Ventilation. How does this thing vent? The thing vents really well. X-11 is just a beast when it comes to venting. X-12 is just a little bit better. It's not hugely different, but it is better. You can definitely feel the air moving through the helmet a little bit better. I'd say let's call it 10%. If I got to put a number on it, I'm going to tell you it's 10%. Okay, shield changing. Much like the model in the past, it is a different shield, by the way, too. I want to make sure I mention that to you. The X-11, RF1000, TZR, they all use the CX1V shield. X-12, RF1100, the two new models for 2010, do have a shield called the CW1. It is different. You won't be able to use your old shields. It has a cam system to it, which makes it a little bit easier to seal, to actually give you a better seal on the shell. So here's how it works. You're gonna open the shield to the top. There's a lever here, much like you saw in the past. You'll pull this down. It kind of ejects the shield a little bit off the side. Grab the shield, lift up, and you have to wiggle it out of there. Comes out. Put it back in. You'll tuck the corner in. Take your finger, press down firmly, and your shield is back on. Now, since we're actually at this angle here, I'm going to show you another little feature here with the shield system. On the side of the shell, you have a lock mechanism. By pressing up, back to neutral, nothing happens. To the bottom, creates a very small gap here. Now, Shoei doesn't give you a chemical treatment to the shield because they wear off, right? So Shoei is giving you a mechanical way of keeping this from fogging. If you remember, Shoei's in the past, up till 3 months ago, it was very hard to operate this. You needed both hands to crank it down. It felt like you were going to break it. But here on the X-12 and the R1100, they've really designed this thing where it's real easy. You just press straight down on it and it opens right up for you. Okay. Overall, the helmet is solid. Shoei, they did it again. The only downside is if you're weighing this thing out on a scale, it is a little bit heavier. While riding it, I got about 325 miles on this helmet. I can't say it really feels any different while I'm wearing it. When I pick it up off the shelf, it feels like there's a little bit more mass to the helmet. There's approximately 3 to 4 ounces more in this helmet than you saw on the X11. But that's, like I said, keeping up with the latest safety standards, that's what you got to do. So a quick recap here. X-12, it's brand new for 2010. It's DOT, it's SNEL 2010 certified. It's got a fully removable liner system in there. It's very comfortable, very soft. Definitely allows the air to flow through the liner based off the design. Has a ton of ventilation on this thing. It's really, really good. If you're out there wearing a helmet under the $200 price point, you're going to be amazed of how much airflow you get in a race helmet like this. In terms of noise, it's not super loud, it's not super quiet. I mean, it's a race helmet. It's probably going to be an above average helmet when it comes to the noise. You just got to expect that. Wear your earplugs, you're going to be fine. Only detraction I really have is the weight, and a little bit hard to operate those vents with gloves on. But outside of that, X-12 looks like it's going to be a really solid helmet for the next few years out there, and there's going to be a lot of people trying to dethrone this thing. There's a lot of good choices, whether you're looking at a Rye or Bell. There's good stuff out there, AGV, but for me, I've got an X-12 on order. Look forward to wearing this one for the next couple of years. So once again, my name is Jeff. I'm with the Helmet Center here in Arizona. If you have any questions that we didn't cover here in the video, give us a call at 866-NEW-HELMET, 866-NEW-HELMET. And I mentioned we are here in Arizona. If you live local, come out and see us. We've got 2 stores here in the Phoenix area, one in Peoria, one in North Phoenix. We'd love for you to stop by. We'd love to help you out with a new helmet or jacket or whatever else you might happen to need. Thanks for watching the video, and we look forward to helping you soon. Thanks.